Hello, this is Wmpyr here to talk about the diamond defense. All right, that is the evolution of the Force2Force block. Okay, so yeah, let me go ahead and explain. So first of all, when I first learned the Force2Force block, it was like this. Okay, grab with both hands, and you're gonna go against the attack that's coming in, and you meet it force to force. All right, and therefore it's called the Force2Force block. Now, to me, this is a very underrated, excellent defense, but I'm here to, once again, evolve it. Not saying that it's bad the way that it is, but, we want to constantly evolve things and understand the art better. And to me, that's very important, and that's the way it was taught to me. So make it your own. So that's what I'm doing here. So first off, okay, you may not always have a stick. You might have a shorter weapon, so then it would be like this, right? Be like this. If you had like a backpack or something, it might be more, along this line, okay, instead of like this. So you do that, get closer, and if it's like if you have a knife, then it'd be here, okay? Empty hand might be right here, like this. So I want you guys to start getting used to this idea rather than just stay here. Okay, so before in the past with my students, we kind of stayed here fairly long. So I want you guys to get used to this. And there's a lot of times where you could see in my videos where I'm not doing this, I'm doing this, or, I'm not even, it's just, this is more like an idea and I'm actually doing this. So this would be a lot closer to more realistic because if you are in this stance like this, you kind of let the other person know that you are all defensive. Now you can attack here, boom, boom. Okay, you can, but once again, you are in a defensive posture. So for the opponent, that's easier to deal with than someone that's ready to attack them. Therefore, I kind of recommend to not go into this stance, and that's why I want to move away from that and go into right here. Okay, especially like if you go into like more like a fencing type of situation, I feel like this stance, versus someone that is, coming at you like this, you have a big disadvantage right there. So yeah, so that's why I want you guys to remember, go from here, 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 here. Okay. And the idea with the Force2Force block is there's two types, really. It's basically going up or going down. If you're going upwards, you're hitting from the bottom upwards, right? And when you do that, it's this, people sometimes get confused, but when attack is coming, it's just boom. See, it's this. This covers 180 degrees, all this angle, essentially, right? And then the other one is downwards, okay? So when I go downwards like this, it's also 180 degrees, okay? Like so, right? So why don't I call it the 360 defense? 180 plus 180. Well, because this and this, which is going straight up and straight down, we never use it, okay? It's easier for me to teach this way, and I usually do. I teach the students, okay, so we start from there, but we never use it because when a person really attacks you, so they really attack me, and I do this, okay? If they continue and follow through, they'll hit me. So the block alone is not good enough in reality. So what you have to do is you have to move out of the way. Therefore, you're always picking a side. Okay, so whether it's this way or whether it's this way, you're always going to pick right or left. Pick a side. You never just stay centered and do this. Like I said, if they follow through, the block's not good enough, and it'll just go through and it'll hit you. Okay, so that's super important. And so essentially, there's no middle for either or, up or down. Therefore, it's this way, and then right here, this is the bottom, so it's this way and this way. So that creates a diamond, okay? a triangle on top and then a V on the bottom. You combine the two triangles, it creates a diamond. Therefore, I call it the diamond defense, right? And once again, I want you guys to get used to this. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So for the bottom, you're slamming it down. So slam it down or slam it down. Okay, so once again, if you're getting confused, just do this, okay? So here, remember the hands just get closer to here, okay? And then here, the hands just get closer here, okay? So that's the idea. If you had a longer weapon or a longer shield, then you know you could hold it like this. But if it's a lot smaller, then you're going to be doing something like that, okay? So boom. But this is the angle, because my students they start overthinking it, and they'll twist the stick and they'll start doing stuff like that. Once again, it's just this, and same with the top, just this, okay? So you're just here, here. So boom. The important part to remember, like I said, is you also have to move out of the way. The block itself is not good enough. So if the attack is coming from my left side, then see, I'm moving away from the attack. I'm not moving into the attack, I'm moving away. So the attack is coming to my right. See, I move to the left, okay? Same with the bottom. Boom, okay? And then it's coming towards my right. Boom, I move towards the left, okay? And this is the same idea as in like Thai boxing, right? When you do the leg check, boom, like this. My body is turning like a door so that I can receive. So if the other person just outweighs me tremendously and they can hit extremely hard, then if I just stand square like this and they hit me here, I mean, it's really gonna, it's gonna hurt me. But if I move towards it and I receive it, they could launch my whole body, boom. But it's easier for me to absorb the force that way, okay? To absorb the force this way, I mean, you can see that it can only do so much. So this turning into it this way. And like I said, if it launches me, that's fine. I'm just more ready to receive that force. Same with the shin. Now, if the attack is coming straight down the middle, okay, then you get to choose left or right. Boom, boom. But in reality, usually it's going to go a little bit more towards one side, okay? And if it's coming more from one side, then you just go towards the opposite direction. So that was more on the right. So this is middle. So let's say it's a little bit more on the left and it's coming at me. Then I move towards the right. So you just move in the other direction, okay? And if it's sideways, boom, a sideways strike. So right here, then you have the choice of going up or down. So, you know, if it's more on the top side coming like this, then it's just easier for me to go like this from this angle, because to slam it down, I'd have to be higher than the attack coming in. So if the attack is on the lower side, then it's easier for me to slam it down, obviously. So then I will slam it down, okay? And then if it's perfectly centered, you kind of get a choice, which one's easier for you to do. And yeah, that's up to you. I think it's very natural for a lot of people to slam it down. Okay, so once again, boom, or boom, slam it down. So that's why we call it the diamond defense, because there's two triangles. Basically 4 moves, that's it. That's it, folks. Nice and simple, right? Now, let's talk about actual usage of the move. And here we go. So when I see the bad guy right here, number one, you got to be able to see the bad guy. In other words, you need awareness. If you don't have awareness, then everything is going to be too late. Which means, too late means, okay, if I notice this guy's a bad person and we're this close, then it's like, oh, too late, I messed up. Why is he so close to me? In other words, the closer the bad guy is to me, the harder it is. The further away I am, the better it is, the safer it is. Okay, so that's a simple formula to remember. Okay, so the more distance I have, the safer, better it is for me. In other words, I need to use distance as a weapon for me, okay? And so if you think about that, right, the first thing I do, awareness of course, but I gotta keep that distance. And the idea here from my system, we have 4 ranges of combat: long range, medium range, close range, and ground range. There are plenty of other styles that have the same range, but they define it differently from me, okay? So here, let me make it very, very clear the way I define it, because it's, like I said, other people have similar ideas, similar concepts, but it's not the same, okay? So let me first make it clear. Long range is the safest and the best, right? And how do I describe long range? Long range is when they cannot reach me, okay? So if we're right here, let's say I don't have a weapon, and we are right here, you go, okay, he can't reach you, I can't reach him, therefore you're in long range. And the answer is no, we're not. This is still medium range. Why? Because that's all I need to do. One step, and I reach the guy. That takes half a second. That takes no time at all. You know, so from here, oh, I got him already. I, totally reached the guy. So that was to his eyes. So that is not long range, okay? If it only takes one step or a simple skip or a hop or a jump and I'm there, I can hit him. That is not long range. Long range means that I am not in his reach. So I need to be, I actually need to be off camera. That's how much range. People kind of get that wrong, So they think, oh, right here, yeah, you see his arms, see my arms? Can't reach, this is long range. It's like, no, it's not. This is still medium range, okay? So this is where, for a Muay Thai boxer and a kickboxers, boxers, they're comfortable here, okay? So this is where they fight. And I'm telling you, that's medium range. That's not good enough. We need to be further away from that. If he has a weapon, that means he has even more reach, then I need to be even further away, okay? So that's number 1. Long range. And if you can run, great, but if you have family members, or maybe he's faster than you are, or you're in a confined space. So in that type of situation, you cannot run, okay? So this is where we're going to be using, in long range, force-to-force block. So I'm going to be out here, okay, using the force-to-force block, okay, the diamond defense that I just showed you guys against his attacks. But the thing to understand is, if he really is adamant about attacking me, he's going to get closer and closer and closer, because he's aggressive, and that's what aggression does. It moves you closer to the opponent, okay? Distance-wise, that's all it does. Being aggressive takes you closer, okay? And if we went by the exact same concept that I said earlier, the closer, the worse it is for me, the more dangerous it is for me. So ground is the most dangerous, and that makes sense, because ground, the natural, how do you call it, essence of the ground is to finish. You look at the animal kingdoms, right? The lion and the gazelle. I mean, he basically takes the gazelle to the ground, and that's where he starts eating. So he's finishing the gazelle on the ground, okay? So it's the same idea with humans too. So the ground is the worst, absolute worst. And people say like, well, yeah, what if his buddy comes over and kicks you? Yeah, either way, it's the worst. I'm not arguing against any of that. The ground is the worst. The longer the distance, the better, the safer it is for me. Okay, so we're constantly, never forget that. So, like I said, for some reason, if I could have run, I would have, but I couldn't, right? It happens. So in that case, I'm using the diamond defense, boom, boom, against his attacks, but he's getting closer and closer. It's human nature that the person moving forwards versus the person trying to move back and create space, he's gonna be faster. There's nothing I could do about that, right? So in that case, I already made the decision. I know that I can't keep doing the diamond defense. And let me tell you this is super important. You may have seen demonstrations, or you may have even seen my videos where I'm doing the force-to-force block with some people, and it looks You might go, wow, okay, that looks doable. I can do that. I can defend against attacks. I'm telling you right now, in medium range, which means he's already in range, and that's where we're showing the stuff, where he's attacking, boom, 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 like this. And yeah, you could defend against all that. In real life, it's a 30% success rate at best. Keep that in mind. 30%. 30%. That's not good. That is not good. So like out of 10 times, right? 7 times he's going to get to you. You're only going to succeed 3 times. That is not good odds, all right? So when we're here, I already know I need to get to close range, okay? You don't want to stay doing the force-to-force block, the diamond defense, okay? As good as it is, like I said, a 30% chance. So please understand that, okay? I'm the first to tell you this, all right? And so in that case, I know I got to come in. I don't want him to know that, because if he knows that I'm coming in, he's just going to wait for me. Right when I come in, he's going to stab me and cut me up, and I'm a dead man. So it's better that he doesn't know. And in real life, that could be easier. In a drill, it's harder because he knows, I know, we both know, okay, and he knows I'm trying to come in. So all he has to do, like I said, is just kind of wait for that, right? But in a real life situation, he's attacking me and I don't like it, and I'm protecting with my life. I'm protecting my life with everything I got. Then he feels strong, he feels aggressive, he feels good, so he's coming closer, and that's boom. That's where he didn't expect that, and I close the distance on him. So in real life, it actually, just that part, it might be easier for you. Okay, I'm not saying real life is easier. I'm just saying just that aspect might be better for you. Because the moment he knows that that's what I want, and he goes, oh, this guy's trying to come in, now it kind of changes things, okay? So you don't want to give that away, is all I'm saying. Anyway, so the moment we're medium range, and I know I can't get away, my goal is to come into close range. How do you do it? I said clashing, okay? So that doesn't change. So I'm here, and look, I'm doing the force-to-force block, which is the diamond defense against the strikes, boom, right? Boom, boom, boom. I'm doing that. Clashing is just an extension. It's the same technique, but I'm going all the way right here. Okay, it's the same technique like this. Okay, so the moment I do this and I know I can time it, then I'm just taking it and pinning it to his body. Okay, so imagine a guy has a knife and you do this to the guy. Okay, so he's going, whoa, my knife just came back to me. So he's concerned about that, right? So the reason why I'm doing this is because for me to be able to catch this hand, let's say he has a knife, and for me, he's swinging, he's stabbing at me, he's attacking me, and for me to just catch that hand is uber difficult, okay? But I'm telling you right now, if I'm able to do the force-to-force block, the diamond defense, and then I just extend and put it to his body from here. Once I grab the wrist, now I can wrap it from here to here. That's all it takes. From here, boom. Me just having this, we're in a tug of war. With someone that's bigger, stronger, and meaner, that's not a good idea. I'm going to get tired. I'm going to get worn out. And the moment I let go, stab, 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 I'm dead. So this is not a good idea. But if I go to here, okay, tug of war, same thing. He's moving my whole body weight. So even if you weigh 100 pounds, he's doing tug of war with 100 pounds, okay? And you can make it difficult for him. You can kind of try to, brace a little bit, okay? And just make sure that you don't get slammed into a wall or your head banged on a desk or something like that. Just, you stop that with your leg, but or with your other hand or whatever. Try to brace yourself for that. But the main idea is he's moving around 100 pounds, if that's what you weigh, and even if he's a big, strong guy, that's going to start to wear him out. And then the excitement and the adrenaline and all that, it's going to tax him a lot more than it will tax you. So just keep that in mind. That's the idea there. You're wearing him out. And then if on top of that, you're adding just body angles like this. So then it's not like he just gets to pick up 100 pounds, you know, in good form. Now you're twerking you're changing the angles of his elbows and stuff. So now he has to deal with that. It can hurt his joints more. It can tire him out more, you know, and that compromises his grip. And then if you know wrenching techniques, then you could compromise his grip and his joints even more. So now you could go into a disarm. So that is the whole idea of the Wmpyr method. Okay, so that's it for now. Thank you for viewing, and take care, folks.